The clock says 2:17 a.m. Your book is open, but the words aren't entering your head. Your phone lights up a message. Results are out. Your stomach tightens. You already know how this ends, because it always ends the same way. You studied, you tried, and somehow it still wasn't enough. So here's the question that won't let you sleep tonight. Why do some students, with the same 24 hours, always win? This isn't a story about intelligence. It's about shame. The quiet kind that shows up when you realize effort alone isn't saving you anymore. And it's about how a completely different way of studying, used by Japanese students, forces a painful change before it gives results. If you've ever felt behind no matter how hard you work, this story is for you. You sit in class, copying everything from a board. Your notebook looks full, clean, responsible. But when the teacher asks a question, your mind goes blank. You avoid eye contact. At home, you reread chapters again and again, hoping repetition will magically turn into understanding. It doesn't. Every test feels like exposure, not just what you don't know, but of who you're afraid you might be. Average, forgettable, replaceable. That's when you notice something strange. The students who score highest don't look stressed. They don't study longer. They study differently. And that realization hurts more than failing. You start observing instead of copying. The first thing you notice is discomfort. Japanese students don't begin by highlighting notes. They begin by closing the book. They test themselves before they feel ready. You try it once. It feels humiliating. You can't answer even basic questions. Your instinct is to quit, to go back to studying. That feels productive. But they don't stop. They use active recall, forcing the brain to struggle, because struggle creates memory. Then comes a second shock. They don't study everything. They cut ruthlessly. Instead of chasing completion, they chase mastery. One concept, one idea, until it's solid. You realize your problem wasn't laziness. It was fear. Fear of facing what you didn't know. And that fear has been quietly wasting years. By the way, if you're serious about understanding human behavior on a deeper level, make sure you subscribe now. YouTube may not recommend this channel to you again, so save it for later by hitting the subscribe button. You'll thank yourself in the future. Let's continue. Then comes the breaking moment. Japanese students treat mistakes like data, not judgment. They analyze errors obsessively. Wrong answers aren't erased. They're studied more than correct ones. You try this after a mock test, and it stings. Every mistake feels like proof you're not cut out for this. But something unexpected happens. Patterns appear. Your mistakes aren't random. They're predictable, fixable. You adopt spaced repetition, reviewing at intervals instead of cramming. You stop studying when tired and start studying when alert. You plan rest as seriously as work. For the first time, studying feels intentional, not desperate. Then comes the hardest shift of all. Japanese students don't wait for motivation. They rely on systems. Same time, same place, same routine. Even on bad days, especially on bad days. You resist until you realize motivation was never coming to save you. The next exam doesn't feel dramatic. No late nights, no panic, just calm repetition. When the paper lands on your desk, something is different. You don't know everything, but you know enough. And when results come out, your hands don't shake. Because for the first time, your confidence isn't tied to marks. It's tied to process. The question from that sleepless night finally gets answered. They don't win because they're smarter. They win because they're willing to feel uncomfortable earlier, so they don't suffer later. You're no longer studying to avoid shame. You're studying with clarity. If this story felt uncomfortably familiar, remember this. The method you use shapes the person you become. And sometimes, the change you're avoiding is the reason you're stuck.